Alright, boys and girls, we're back. It's October 18th. We've been playing Pokemon for 4 days. 10 a.m. Let's go.
What year is this game even started?
Many years ago. The course is now in session for trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Jet lag. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer at Studio One of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to your testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. First, I would like to call a familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. He has not fucked up nearly enough in this game yet.
Hey, I just have one thing
What were you gonna say?
There's one thing I really want to point out. How come, every time we have, a person where, they're the murderer, we have solid evidence against them, and Edgeworth is they don't have a motive, and the judge is like, oh, I could just let them off right now. But it's they have sort of solid evidence against Will Powers, but we can't crime motive.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Fuck you, Edgeworth. Anyways, keep going.
Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with a guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. Although, for some reason, the grate that we took off is right there. But okay.
I don't think we took it off yet.
Wait, what?
I think it was off to begin with.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we haven't.
This is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that area are the studios. And here it is, Studio One. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer.
Look at that smug asshole.
The defendant, Will Powers.
It's a beast!
And a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area till noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio One. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station.
Saying I thought it said Gourd Station.
Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. at the Gourd Station. The prosecution staff came to Studio One to perform a rehearsal. I don't know why I said prosecution, it clearly says production, but okay. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled due to too many gourds.
Oh, please. I don't want to deal with any more premature gourd jokes.
The time of death was 2:30 p.m. As I could
That wasn't
from my gourd clock.
Oh god! That's not like I was foreshadowing anything will ever happen with gourds in the near immediate future or anything.
The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's gourd was a murder weapon.
Oh, gourd! Dear gourd, what are we doing?
That's the case in brief.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say gourd.
Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? Skip it.
Oh, I was hoping you were gonna jokingly say hear it again, and I was gonna be like, yes.
I know you'd hit the hear it again button. I think I can probably remember that.
So the murder weapon was a spear. I don't know why I suddenly talked that way. How medieval. I can't remember how the judge talks, oh god.
I forgot what my Will Powers voice was for a second.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask me. If you ask one question. And that question is, what the fuck is this thing? What did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please!
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma, wink.
Your name, please!
Seems Edward has a bit of his troubles getting his witnesses to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. So even if I was young, I'd be Oldbag. But even all the children make fun of me. Believe it, there was a boy, the captain of the class, Gordons. Objection! I object to the witness talkativeness!
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get you to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, say I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you, correct?
You know your stuff, dearie.
Please don't me. You may begin your testimony.
She's sure one hell of an old bag.
Witness testimony. Witness's account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest of had been doing a run-through there since this morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, at 1 when I got to the guard station, I was at the main gate until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked by at 2. It was Powers, that man right there. He was heading toward the studio. I'm certain of it. I saw him in great detail.
From the weather balloon?
Oh god, you stole my joke. Okay.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna make it.
I was. Okay. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examination. Witness's account. Press.
You didn't even give me the option. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could get into the studio?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate. No. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in.
Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is that no one who wasn't supposed to be in there couldn't get in.
Was there anyone at the studio when you arrived at the guard station? We press everything here at Cronus Animosity.
A run-through?
They were working on a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon, and we were used to the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to the studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping, when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you not only get there till noon?
What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know. Old lady stuff.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gates, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your bosses would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs, always. Never missed a one in all my years.
Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too.
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Or you could watch Hammer in the afterlife. Oh! Get it? Cause spirit medium. Not a bad idea.
I guess we stop making gourd jokes.
Really? Right as the part with the gourd station comes up.
Well, at least you're not a security guard. Did you see the victim then?
Did I see the poor old Hammer? No. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the gourd station.
Son of a bitch.
Tell us what happened next, and please no more gourd jokes.
The only time I'll support you, Edgeworth.
Do we present anything here, or?
No, we keep pressing. So you were watching the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Of course! I'm a professional, you know! Or are you criticizing how I do my job, Whippersnapper?
Drink water.
No, it's just after seeing you eat those donuts in the gourd station. Oh, damn it!
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time! Plus, they are pumpkin flavored, so it kind of felt in the, you know, pumpkins are gourds. Snipper, Whippersnapper.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Snipper Whopper! Old windbag is losing it, Nick.
Why don't you raise an objection?
So, the witness was on duty during the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see?
How did you know that?
Oh ho ho, I have my ways, that overdressed young man detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. You should demote him now.
Poor Detective Gumshoe getting chewed out by a security guard. No gourd jokes there.
I'm kind of curious to see if this will work. Hold it! No, it doesn't.
Uh-oh.
That would be cool.
That would be problematic in the future.
2, you're sure?
That's my line.
I don't care. You didn't say it. You can say mine.
Sure as spit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who was it, man?
Really, you should not try to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. I know I did. Now, don't get your skivvies in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
Oh, press it. Press it.
Press it.
Yeah. So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got your wax in your ears, sonny?
Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again! It was him!
Should we?
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
I'll try one more time, just out of curiosity. Objection! No, my mic doesn't
Nope.
work.
Well, we're host.
Why are we host?
Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. How are we hosed?
You'll find out.
Okay, fine. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag. Is this the Mr. Powers you saw?
Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that! I wasn't born yesterday!
No one in this court is accusing you of that, witness.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that this person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Noisy old man. Of course I have proof.
What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised?
The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I supposed to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. Boop. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Wingbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof, then. Witness testimony. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it. That was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals.
Cross-examination. The man in the photo.
If you want to skip everything, we can just press the statement where she says he broke one of the props. Or are we going to do the usual press everything?
Well, we're going to do the usual, the game ends here, because it's 18 minutes and 37 seconds.
Woohoo!
So until next time, guys and girls, this is Cronus Animosity,
Signing
signing off.
out.